So Kennywood was closed yesterday for weather. The weather was even prettier than this. Not a cloud in the sky, not a chance for even a drop of rain. At least they're open today. I took an extra day off work so I could have a little extra time here, and then it was closed. But I have a platinum pass through Adventureland. I'll have to see how that works for getting into the park. Okay, so if you have a platinum pass through another Palace Entertainment park, you go through security and then go to the right for customer service, and that's where you'll pick it up. It's kind of interesting, they didn't even scan my pass. I just showed them my Adventureland pass, and I don't know how the other parks do it, but at Adventureland, it shows the pass and there's a little sticker that says platinum on it. But I wondered if that sticker would be enough. Apparently it is. They just looked at it and printed off a complimentary ticket, and that was it. But I'm kind of surprised that they don't have it all under the same system so that they could scan it and make sure that it's actually valid, which mine is, of course, but I'm just thinking about people who try to cheat it. But since I only have this one day here, and actually more like a half day, I'm not gonna be looking to marathon anything, just looking to get at least a couple on Phantom's Revenge, one on Racer, Jackrabbit, and Skyrocket. I'll be good with that. Last time I was here 2 years ago, I got 11 rides on Steel Curtain. Today I will be getting 0. Everybody's getting 0 rides on Steel Curtain for the entire year. On 2 previous visits here, I've gotten 9 total rides on Phantom's Revenge. So it is 2 behind Steel Curtain. But that's also because when I was here last time, 2 years ago, Phantom's Revenge had a 20 to 30 minute wait all day long, while Steel Curtain was practically a walk-on. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good day. 2 train ops. That's one advantage of a Saturday. Because when I was here 2 years ago, Phantom's Revenge was on 1 train. Part of why it built a line. Nice, very slow aero lift hill. What I said about not marathoning, yeah, I take that back. I did 5 rides on Phantom's Revenge in the first 50 minutes. Met a guy that I rode with. We came over here to Thunderbolt, posting a 5-minute wait. No, that's gonna be over an hour because they're running 1 train. So that takes forever just to inch forward just a little bit. So I felt bad about bailing on the guy, but I'm gonna be so sunburned, and that'll be the last thing I get to do today if I wait out that line. I said an hour, it's probably 2 or 3 hours. I don't know why that ride gets a line, it's not even that good. I would much rather ride Racer, Jackrabbit, the kiddie coaster. Such a beautiful lawn ornament this is. The entire section is closed, just like in 2020 when I was here. Racer's got a bit of a line, but at least they run 2 trains, and at least it's a good ride. Yes, that was solid as usual. I waited 25 minutes. They're posting a 41-minute wait right now. It was posting 30 when I got in. Got on in 25. It was a full queue, but the good thing about this is that, at least at this time of day, only that first section is in the sun. Once I turned the corner, I was in the shade the rest of the time, so 25-minute wait felt like nothing. Unlike Thunderbolt, where that entire line is in the sun. So you get caught in that line and they're running 1 train, you better have your sunscreen on. One thing I remember last time I was here, Jackrabbit, I rode the back and the front. That double down only got a little airtime, and it's a 45-minute wait posting. It might be shorter than that, but still, I might skip it this time. I waited a half hour for Skyrocket, got in the back row. Line has grown a lot since I got in it. love the back row because you get 2 airtime moments on that top hat, and the drop off the mid-course in the back row is the best airtime moment in the park. That beats any moment on Phantom's Revenge right here, if you're in the back row. Great hang time on the 2 inversions. The pointless section right here. But I'm not bothered by that like other people are. It's fine. Now these 2 little bunny hills in the back row got a tiny pinch of floater airtime. Seem to remember those were better in the past. But at least it's not nothing. So I waited 30 minutes, posting 50. That might be about what it is. Might be a little longer. When you've been to a park before and you've gotten lots of rides on the good ones, makes it a little bit easier to take when you can only get 1 ride. So I did do Jackrabbit after all, and I'm so glad I did. The wait was about 30 minutes, even though it was posting 50. And I did get the back row. I was the first one led in that little section, so I had my choice of either front or back, and I chose back. I chose wisely. When I was here 2 years ago, I did get a couple of back row rides on this, and I don't remember that double down giving much better than really good floater. That was insane this time. That was more like what I've heard people say it is. It's coming up right here. You can't see it from here. But in that back row, especially since you basically have no restraint, just a seatbelt, yeah, you come flying up out of your seat. It may not be like super strong ejector airtime like you have on Skyrocket off the mid-course in the back. However, because you basically have no restraint, just a seatbelt, that's the only reason why I'm still here. I would like to ride this, but the line is super long. That does look really cool. So a Saturday afternoon, on a day after they were closed on a Friday, midday, about the time of the week when you get the longest lines. Most things are over an hour, and I just waited 15 minutes for Phantom's Revenge, went back around, waited 20 minutes. Can't beat that. So with the 5 rides earlier in the day, that's 7 for the day. 1 on the other 3. I think I'm gonna head over to Idlewild, get a couple hours there, check it out again. I really liked it there. They don't have anything the quality of Phantom's Revenge, of course, but also it is getting busier. I said I waited 15 and 20 minutes. It's probably about 30 minutes now, which for a Saturday midday on one of the best rides in the country, that's not bad. High capacity ride, super fast operations. It's the only ride in the park you can say that about with Steel Curtain closed. When Steel Curtain is running 2 trains, it can push people through really quick also. And here I am at Idlewild. So if you have a Palace Entertainment Platinum Pass, it does get you in here, but it could get a little messy in this park because they were trying to scan my pass and it wasn't scanning. Probably none of them scan at each other's parks. So I'm not sure how they normally do it here, but since I arrived at after 5 o'clock, they just went ahead and gave me a wristband, let me in. Especially at a park like this, because the parking gate is actually your admission gate. So it does get a little messy here with everything, but they let me in. It's all good. Now I just got to figure out where in the world I am. I've been here before, but this park is quite confusing because there are several different parking lots, and I don't quite understand how it all works. I don't know where I came in last time. I just want to see if the Wow Mouse is operating. I know I've already got the credit, but I'd like to do it again if it is. I remember in 2021, I waited this out. It opened in the final hour, got my 2 rides. So glad I waited that out. Even though it meant I got into Sandusky at midnight, it was so worth it because it rarely operates, and clearly it is done for the season. So I'll do this roller coaster. They do have a kiddie coaster in storage somewhere. It has not been built, but they've had it in storage for a long time, for over 2 years. So I was told by one of the workers here, Wild Mouse did operate at times this summer. It operated for a few weeks, then a part went down. Oh yeah, there are 4 rows on this car. You can see there. This is roller coaster, not Wild Mouse, of course. There were 5 rows on this the last time I was here, and he also told me that it was 5 rows last year as well. That's 5 rows and 4 cars. Now they're doing 4 rows and 3 cars. They took 1 car off, and that was because with the way it was before, they had to weigh each row. Now with only 4 rows, they don't have to weigh each row. It was like 265 pounds per row, which meant you couldn't get 2 adults in the same row unless it was 2 pretty small adults. Even 2 of me would be too much for that. But now with the way they have it now with just the 4 rows, you can put 2 adults in 1 row and you don't have to weigh the rows. So it makes it easier and actually increases capacity. Taking a car off actually increased capacity of the ride. But Wild Mouse did operate for a few weeks, then was down for a few weeks, back up, and then it's down again for the rest of the year. They're waiting on a part, the same part they had to replace a few weeks ago. So hopefully it'll be back next year. And hopefully whatever that is, they can figure it out so they wouldn't have to replace the part every time that it rains a lot. Apparently it was something to do with the rain. Whenever they get too much rain, something happens, I don't know.